And we're back to learning JavaScript. Let us get back to the loop that we've set up in the last two tutorials. This time we want to create a negative counter, or simply a counter that decrements. So for now we've started with 0 and then added 1 with each iteration to go through our array. We can also use minus minus, which is equal to I equals I minus 1. So we subtract now 1 from our counter with each iteration by using minus minus. And this would allow us to go through the array in reverse order, but we obviously have to start higher. We have 7 elements, so that we make that I equals 7. So we start with 7 and then decrement with each iteration to go to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then finally 0. We also have to fix our limit right here, because we want this loop to stop when it's smaller than 0. So we need to write I bigger or equals 0. So this loop only runs as long as the counter is bigger or equal to 0. Then we refresh, we have undefined, but then we have white, which is the last entry. Then black. And finally blue, which is in index position 0. So we've successfully done that, but the undefined is there. How can we get rid of that? Well, we have 7 elements, but we have to consider that our index starts with a 0. So our array doesn't go from 1 to 7, it goes from 0 to 6, and therefore we have to set our counter to 6. And now we get white, the last entry, to blue, the first entry, without undefined or anything that doesn't belong there. But what now if we add an entry? Let's make that purple. We don't get purple anymore, because purple is now in index position 7, so we have to adjust our counter. But sometimes we don't know how long our arrays are, so we have to use colors.length. Problem is, we get our undefined back. And this once again because of the index that starts with 0. So now we have 8 colors in our array, but it's not, therefore our length is 8. But our index only goes from 0 to 7. So we don't use colors.length, we have to use colors.length minus 1 as our start counter for the I. And now even if we add a new color, for example hazel, this will be automatically added without undefined or anything in between. And this is how you can set up a counter that decrements. I've just called this a negative counter. In our case, it simply reversed the order of our array output. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.